Bodhicitta once again emphasizes on the demarcation, and I have already translated it in the script. Then another Shasana is the followers. That means that Shasana. Chant at the very beginning, the refuge gems. You say Nama, something like that, right? We in our language like one verse, and within that one verse, first two lines are three reach to the triple gems, and then the third and the fourth lines about the Bodhicitta, generating and thinking about, meditating about the Bodhicitta. Yeah. So this one verse is almost every time we chant on the very beginning of any rituals, anything done before that, we have to recite that one that one verse. So please pay attention. Geshe-la is trying to explain the one verse that is very popular among us. Sanji Chudam Soji Chonamla. So Geshe-la is trying to explain that one. The first line says Sanji Chudam Soji Chonamla. That is first line. In that, Sanji means Buddha, Chu means Dharma, Soji Cho means the community of the Sangha, Mahasangha. So in that Dharma or Chu, Dharma means, again, in that Dharma includes the cessation and the path, the truth of cessation and the truth of path. So these are included within Dharma, Sanji Chu. Then Sojo means Gindu. So Mahasangha, Sangha, yes, cessation. Nirodha, right? Nirodha. Also, Mark and Nirodha are included within Dharma. And then, Sangha means, Sangha means the community. Actually, Sangha means Sangha is considered, the real Sangha is considered to be those who gained the Arya path, right? Arya path. So those people who gained Arya path are the actual Sangha. But 4 bhikkhus, more than 4 bhikkhus are also considered to be Sangha. So, but that much is okay. And then then the second line says Chanchu Bhadu Dani Japsuchi. That means until the Nirvana, I will go to the refuge. to those three until Nibbana. That means here again Nibbana. That Nibbana can be into, categorized into three. Shravaka Nibbana, and Padika Buddha's Nibbana, and then the fully enlightened Nibbana. Samya Sambut Nibbana. So any of those three Nibbana, but until that Nibbana, I will go for the triple as a refuge. So that is the first and second night's explanation. Okay. We'll continue. Okay. When we're explaining about the refuge, and then there are many different methods according to the capacity of different disciples. So in some cases, for the sharp-minded, intelligent disciples, there's one way to explain about the Buddha Shasana, and in order to develop great faith in the triple genes. So that method is already shown by Lord Maitreya in his Abhisamaya Ankara in two truths as the basis, as the base. And then on that base, on that foundation, then the Four Noble Truths are included within the path. Then with the foundation plus path, then knowing the reality, knowing the all as a Four Noble Truths. That means having the realization of the Four Noble Truths means the first two Noble Truths are the cause and effect, which are most related with the beings who are involved in the samsara. Right? And the third and fourth truths, the path and marga and nirodha, are mostly related with the path that are leading from the samsara up to the nibbana. So having understanding those four noble truths, then one can generate a great faith in the truths. So having such understandings will develop a strong faith, a very strong faith towards the truth. And so in that case, we can generate a great as a refuge, right? Refuge for the triple gems, and that is one way. To have refuge towards the triple gems, the first two things are very important as cause and condition. The first thing is to have fear, to have fear for oneself. That means fear for falling down to the lower realms, falling down to the lower realms, and that is the fear. That's one cause in order to generate the faith towards triple gems. Then again, we have to generate a faith in the triple gems. Those two are the cause and conditions in order to generate a great refuge towards the triple gems. These two cause and conditions are important. Fear, the first one, fear. The second one is faith. Fear towards falling down back to the lower realms, including hell and so on. So if one has no fear to falling down to the hell and so on, then he has no idea of going for the refuge. And then the second faith. Without having the faith, then faith towards, especially towards the triple gems, maybe he will mislead it. He or she will be misled. Except wrong refuge. Except wrong refuge, that means going refuge for non-Buddhist deities, and then maybe somebody going refuge for trees, sun, and moon. All these things happened in the world, right?
근데 내가 와서 저 중원은 저 중원 정치 진짜 네. 저 친구를 잡고. 근데 소위 뭔가 저생이가 이밥을 넣었어. 왜 저생이 좀 제일 제거되나 송이 뭐예요? 저는
when we're talking about the ravage itself, ravage to the triple gems, again we can have three types of ravage. Ravage to the ravage has a Buddha, what is it? Sarana, right? Okay, I will use that word sarana, okay? Sharana, right? Okay, I will use that word. That's better. So we can have three types of sarana. One is the sarana of the small capacity people, and then sarana of the medium capacity people, and the sarana of the great capacity people. That means those who are willing to, who have only fear towards the lower realms. That sarana is called sarana of the small capacity people. Then those who have fear towards samsara, that is the sarana of medium people. Then those who have the fear towards not only the samsara, but towards the okay, choose a very deep meaning. So that means leading after the Buddhahood. That is the highest sarana. Yes. Highest level. So that is the sarana highest capacity people. Third one is yes, the sarana to gain the Buddhahood. So that is the highest level of the sarana of the highest capacity people.
아니 저희 무슨 상황이나教育比之前有可能너무 대로 좀教育要现在的一些那个대반이로 다有可能教育要教育무슨 상황이야教育무슨 상황이나教育之前건축 성공教育之前같은 너무教育이거 무슨 상황인지 딱 맞은 점에 나버리면 또 이걸 가지고 파마디 나중에 짜 말했어 파마치 진짜 많이 다시 따라 나중에 대답 기능쇼 보니 제가 잡아주는 거 제가 쓴데 막 쓴데지 점이 점 송주는 휴동 소주 견뎌라 되는 거 같이 다 파마다 단 사실 이제 무슨 짜 외교 말해 외교 주세 말했나 대신 제발 줘요 맞아요 그런 거 지금 가서 바로 뭐야 숫자 도구 말해 아니 대리 제발 대리 줘요 상주다 줘다 근데 계속 그래
So when those are the causes and conditions for the refuge of the sarana, and then when we're talking about what is sarana or what's the object of sarana, then one sutra says that your parents are not your sarana, your relatives are not your sarana, and so many things are mentioned in that sutra. And lastly, the sutra says the triple gems who are already liberated are the object of your sarana, right? Sarana. Because those parents and relatives are not your object of sarana because they are not liberated just as you.
Thank you. 다 접수 유비 주생 가르에 상도 지 상진의 랑지바 탕체의 제사배 신지바도 신지바 탕체를 주어라 타라 기바배 꼴라 토지 친구들이 요만에 펜다마다 탕체기 된 대바 어 들으시래 이 유비 주생의 가르상다 저 라지기 딱 주도 한 이렇게 대체를 이나요 대라진 지 니링들 시자진도 저 라지기 니링이 되게 잡아줘 땅이 요만에 로 저래지 주도 방에 만들어봐도 문제지 또 저거 저리잖아 형마도 집안을 좋아 가서 랑 집안을 줘야 돼 가서 집안 당신이 이거 저거 너가 제 두고 아니 돼 저기 주생 가는 저래 주생 가는 시기에서 랑 집안 당신이 좋아 돼 되게 된 말이야 아니 가서 딱 이제 집안을 주인 팔아 키 때문지 남촌다 도자지 가오라서 이제 사빈하는 그거를 했어.
Oh yeah. So why the triple gems are suitable for the object, suitable as the object of refuge is that all those three are fully liberated from samsara. That is one reason. Another reason is that they have the great method to lead the beings from samsara. And then another point is that the third reason is they have compassion, great compassion towards the beings and souls. So many qualifications are written down for that reason.
정부 그 다가 진짜 좀 자세히 다니가 신제세에 가려서 내가 앞서 제당 신지 제당이라고 지 용 시당이라고 이거를 지 주주문화 된 제가 지금 신제당 다시 경제 보니 네 제가 지금 신제당 이라고 이거를 다들 주주문화 된세에 당서 지 용자라고 이제 돼 작업을 사이 주주문화 된세에 내려가는 교진 매듭이 나바들한테 주주님만 되는 근데 시와나 되는 주는 거는 다시 현재 되게 강의 신체와 티바치
Now let's move to the second part about Bodhicitta. So how to develop Bodhicitta within oneself. There are two great traditions. One tradition of lineage that came down from Adisha, and another tradition of developing Bodhicitta came down from the Acharya Shantideva. So from the tradition of Adisha, we have seven sets of cause and effect. Seven sets of cause and effect. Then for the Shantideva's tradition, we have equalizing and exchanging self and others. That is the method. Equalizing and exchanging self and others. That is the method to generate bodhicitta within oneself.
주주님과 되는 신제당의 가르는 맛이 괜찮아. 영혼이 잡아 니지 파상. 대신 제가 도마 맛이다. 근데 괜찮아. 그래서 영혼이 잡아 니지 파상. 어때? 줘야지. 줘다. 네 신제 공부는 이제 제거로. 주주님과 되는 지지대 돼.
So the seven steps of cause and effect, the tradition of Adisha, Acharya Adisha, within that we have 7 points. The first one is to realizing all beings as your mother. Realizing all the beings as your mother. For that also we have so many things to practice and to meditate about. Knowing all beings as your mother, that is yes, that is on the first number one. Then number two, reminding their kindness, reminding their kindness. Then number three is repaying their gratitude, repaying their gratitude. Then number four is loving metta, loving metta. And number five is the compassion or the karuna. Then number six is intense compassion, right? Wholeheartedness. Wholeheartedness. Okay. Wholeheartedness. Yeah. Number. Okay. Yeah. Resolute intention. Resolute intention. Number six. Resolute intention. Translated as resolute intention. Then number seven is bodhicitta. Number seven is bodhicitta. Sixth one is the resolute intention. Resolute intention. And number seven is the bodhicitta, the result. Adhyasaya. Sanskrit Adhyasaya.
Which thought?
Resolute intention. Adhyasaya.
다들 제단 지금 면화 되어 맞죠? 신체단 되가지는 통화만 공부 땅을 공부해요. 땅가 신체단 되기 맞죠? 그에 대해서 가시는 영화 가시는 영화 되게 수학을 잘하는 그또 이 대가지는 이거면 네가 하는 거 다 땅은 니로 니가 봐 지 그냥 맞아요. 근데 내가 내리지 좀 지막 빼다 맞아 대로 신제단지 마시 제가 신제단지 마시고 신제단지 마시 시야가 주세요 요를 했어. 그 가르쳐 난 아주 코로 통화 요만 했어. 코로 통화 매야 소소 신제단지 소소가 마음이니까 그 말을 들어 소소요 신제단지 마음이니까 요 말했어. 그 코로 통화 매야 했더니 그 대인이 거 마치 대인이 거 마치 또 요 말어. 대인들은 신제단지 마시나다 대로 이나 요 나중에 간다 공부하고 가르쳐야 사람들이 소소가 가사지나 내가 냐와다 소소 마가사지나 내가 좀 남아들 했어. 대리체 오늘 물론 되게 가서 가르치 마시고 대인가 제가 가야 되는 땅 정말 저도 좋아해 땅이지.
That seven sets of cause and effect is already the instruction given by Acharya Adisha. But during the long many centuries, Tibetan masters, with their own experiences of meditation, they came to conclude that before those 7 sets, again there's one step should be added. That is, the first thing what we have to do is we have to meditate on equilibrium, equanimity. What is equanimity? That means equanimity means we the people who are in the samsara have attachment towards their relatives, towards their close ones, but have anger towards those enemy and not close ones. So that is not equal. So the first thing what we have to do is to meditate on the equanimity. So that is the most important. Just like a foundation, just like a field in which every seed can grow. So after that, then follows the first step. First step of realizing all beings as your mothers. So this can be also done through many reasons. Many reasons. Here we need so many reasons. Without reasons, we cannot think, we cannot meditate. That all beings are my mother. You know, naturally we say, oh, she's not my mother. She's not related to me. We think like that way. But for that, now comes the reasons. Now why we do too much, debate. So through debating, then again we can prove there are lives after lives. When the chance of lives, thousands of lives, millions of lives coming afterwards in the future, and millions of countless lives have been passed, already gone in the past. So through such lives, different lives, all the beings have been your mothers so many times. You yourself have been mothers for other beings so many times. So in this way, because samsara has no beginning, we cannot find a beginning point for the samsara. So all this should be, understood through the reasonings, and then after understanding and through many reasonings, that we can come to conclude that all the beings has been my mother for so many times, and will be my mother for so many times in the future too. In this way, we can have a very close feeling towards all the beings. So that is the first number.
나는 되게 찬용된 것이 얘는 매 것이 종소는 해봐 가지고 맛이 공부를 했어. 맞죠? 신제한테 맛이라는 가래를 선택이 소속에 아마는 끝이 선택이 아마기 나라 좀쟁 같은 장소에 유명히 맞죠? 소속이 유효 좋도 유효했어. 배나 지 준준권에 아마기 되게 소속이 맞아야 하다 맞죠? 되게 지대적 그 수진체가 가오시라네. 뭐만 같지? 내가 차 타고 했어. 대만에 아마기 지도 내니 그릇이 정말 있나지. 제 상관지 뭐지? 쇠나라고 지나. 예, 시험이 제일 좀 유효하고 지금 시고요 말해. 소속이 정비야 당신 대용에서 마마지 그 내가 내가 마치 생각을 다 많이 돼. 집어 지정을 해야 됐어. 내가 무슨 이제 하지? 다 대로 주생 대라지 마시 좀 아트리 아마 돼. 집어 지정을 했어. 돼 장바디. 자 아마 돼. 장수의 대상 선대 아마 돼 장수의 돼 장수의 자기 강을 영화를 다
이가 진짜로.
또 마시 단주로 다들 자자니.
So regarding the second one, reminding the kindness of all mothers, that means in this life our mothers are so affectionate towards us, as well as they are so grateful for us. Without their help, we have been died so many times within this one life. Even within one day, without the help of the mother, we have been died within few hours. So remember such kindness of the mothers, not only in this life, then we can say, for example, in this life too, all other sentient beings, so many sentient beings are kind towards us. For example, whatever we use, the belongings, the food and shelter and so on, whatever we use, are very much related with so many beings who are involved for those things. So directly or indirectly, they are kind and they are kind towards us. So thinking in this way, meditating in this way, can develop a great, great sort of the mother's second step.
된적이 나중에 전시 장을 위해나 나중에 전시해야 돼. 딱 나중에 지디 몇 해가지고 된적이 몇 세상을 지는 거가 맞아요. 대략적인 가서 가는 거니까 맞아. 된적이 먼저 제를 제가 맞아. 된적이나 맞아 이대로 전소해야지. 그냥 맞아 단지 뉴 조드가 그랬어.
So the number three is to repay the kindness or the gratitude. That means, for example, an ordinary people in this world, when somebody helped him or helped her too much, but after that person is not going to repay anything, and then that one is considered to be very shameful in this world too. Just like that, having done so much for us by our mothers, our beings in the life, in the past lives, and will be doing in the future too. So for that we have to repay the kindness of motherly love. That means we have to do everywhere, but we have to think, contemplate about this repaying the kindness. So in this way, we can develop our spiritual paths. You know, we are talking about the spiritual development, not going for that one. Okay. In this way, we can have the understanding or have the realization of repaying the kindness of motherly love.
다 용기 잡았어야 되더라도 아주 나한테 대화들이 그냥 좋아 대화 나오시는 이거 당시에 가지고 이 도금 뭐 주주주 나오지 했다. 그냥 도민이 주의도 잡아주지 넘어가고 나가서 그냥 다들 대화 되는 이거 당시에 뭐 주주주 그냥 가서 대화가 되는 거. 그래서 없지 샤. 나도 사유시 시험이 동도야. 사와 시험이 동도야. 난 뭐지 정로를 보지 땅나. 나서 저거 속았다. 그냥 정도지 제일 얘기 땅나. 나도 동의 못 줘도 제가 아시지는 나를 동의 세대 대화 세대 되는 기지 땅에 맞대. 그 주주주 그래. 차원 유지 좀 할수 있는 나도. 같이 남의 차선 차를 주로 되게 동의 속에 나중에 간단히 대화 지는 되게 동의 집에 잡아지. 다 되게 동의지 다 제일 무슨 게 니지 참. 대화도 대화하는 거는 잡아지. 근데 동의도 저하고 같은 니지. 그걸로 가지고 가지고 되는.
So then the next one is the great love, great love or metta, great metta. So next one is the metta or the great love. So in that case, all the beings in the samsara should have happiness. So meditating or contemplating in this way, all the beings should have all the happiness that are suitable, that are relatable, that are suitable for them to happen, all the happiness. So all the happiness, in this way, may all the sentient beings be happy. So thinking in that way is the great love. So then about the karuna, the great karuna, Mahakaruna is thinking that all the beings should be removed of all the sufferings, the changing suffering, the suffering. Then the pervasive suffering. Three types of sufferings are there, right? Three types of sufferings are there. That's common in our tradition, right? Right? Dukkha. Right? Samsara dukkha. Prinam dukkha, right? So three types of samsara or dukkha are there. So the great karuna is thinking all the beings should be removed of all the sufferings or all the dukkhas. So that is the difference between metta and karuna. These 7 points.
다들 이제 하상으로 코드 놓는 거 싫어한다. 코드 다시 대략이 만약 생겼다 동네 지나면 동네 제 좋아 나 얘만은 다 소리 제스 그나 맞아 내가 없이나 내가 되니 제국을 다 얘만은 제일 수지 나가 말해서 맞아 콜로 제가 내가 하나 나오고 다 주도 되는 자세니까 주도 못해 제가 대체 다 다들 지금 그렇다고 다 제가 뒤에는 그냥 뒤받치는 생체는 자본인데 개념이 무슨 대례된 시기를 정립니다. 나도 가서 남편이 주로 처음 와서 그쪽으로 나가서 산지장으로 개념이 아주 산지 때문에 쉬어 가지고 참는 대신에 이 가면서 그 시기 그 뒤받치는 간다 이 말하나 다들 뒤받치는 생체 외면적으로 예입니다. 대체 대주생 때 개념이 대신으로 다 되는 대행식 주생들 사원이
So the next will be the exceptional result. Exceptional result. This number 6, right? Number 6-1. Number 6-1. So this is actually this is one type of karuna, mahakaruna, but it's quite quite exceptional that the mahakaruna thinks Mahakaruna thinks in this way, all the beings should be liberated from all types of sufferings. But this exceptional resolve, this thinks that I alone will liberate all the sentient beings from samsara. So such a strong emotion, such a strong feeling of the karuna is generated, developed at that stage. So that is this number 6-1. And after that, then gradually the bodhicitta will be generated within oneself. So now we can know the importance of refuge, sarana, as well as bodhicitta, and let's skip those number 3 because of the time. And we will go further to the number 4. Okay, now let's move to the number 4, part number 4.
다 대체로 야시는 다 도시도 아주 있습니다. 그러나 저발도 지금 대봤던 제부성만 도시 대봤어. 대봤 인체적으로 대체는 다 대가 계시는 거 다 나는 해요. 다 바지 바로지 저발도 지금 대봤고 나는 야자지나 상 제부성만 도시 대비고 나는 야자가 답변은 상만 도시 대비 나는 야자 다 도고 바지니까 그래서 나는 나나 소남 저남 통한 공원 물러나서 소남세에 나서 손이 쌓기 통한 그러나 대바지도 신체 잡아라 대바지도 소남 다 대체 하나 말이야 대바 가다 강이나 되게 소남 잡아라 되게 신체 잡아라 되게 소남 잡아 그냥으로 그럼 소세는 그 다시 제가 갔으면 나 나중에 소남 무서워 이 소남 되게 싸서 하지라고 통만을 못 조사라고 얘기하니까 소남 다시 해요 저랑 나오니까 대만 모습도 또 봐야 좋아지니 되게 나가서 나가는 되게 조사로 저랑스러워 대만 모습도 또 봐야 좋아지니 되게 저랑지 통화로 어디 통화 대만 모습도 나오는데 통화지 근데 동생 공부하지 원하지 밀로 나와서 지금 매제 취하는 게 다 매번 한번 좀 라고 다 간다마다 지다 과자 강다 강이나 될 주의다 남기는 또 우리 내가 지금 밀로 나와서 나서고
So now let's talk about the Mahayana. So within Mahayana there are two types, the Sutrayana and the Tantrayana. So we should know that Tantrayana and Mahayana are not very separately different. Actually, Tantrayana is one part. Tantrayana or Vajrayana is one part of Mahayana tradition. So within Mahayana tradition there are two, Sutrayana and Tantrayana. So when we are talking about the Sutrayana, especially about the paths that are leading up to Nibbana, we have 5 different paths. The first path is the Samvara mark, or the path of accumulation. That is number 1. Then the second one is a Prayoga mark, or path of preparation. Then the third path is darshana mark, or path of seeing, path of seeing. Then the fourth one is bhavana mark, that is part of meditation. And the fifth one is Aishaksha mark, that is Shiksha, right? Shiksha in your body, right? Ashiksha. Aishaksha. Aseka. Okay, Aseka. Yeah. Aseka mark. So that is the fifth mark, or the fifth path. So here ends all the mark or the five paths. And so we have actually 15 marks. That means 5 into 3. 5 into 3, then we have 15 paths. That means 5 paths for the Shravaka and 5 paths for 7 paths for the Pratyeka Buddha and 5 paths for the Samya Sambuddha paths. That is 5 into 3.
Please can you tell me the first
Sampara mark, part of accumulation. Sampara, Prayoga, Darsana, Bhavana, Ashayika.
근데 다들 나로래 지금 다들 지금 랑방에다 주제 이게 좀 아소스러 나랑 지금 방 장에 로니 들으지만 다음에 뭐 되는 이렇게 지금 동자에 제고시라 말했더니 같이 마소 이나는 바로 죄되시 자주 남주 제시가 그래서 죄도 오만이 이거래 지금 다 죄도 다 제가 라미이나 지리가 도리게 나샤 유연했어. 다 죄도 오만이 다 남주 라미 죄가 제도 많이 유연했어. 그럼 다 죄도 오만이 이거래 자주도 죄도 이거래 지리가 도리게 나샤 유연 말해. 이나야 세미 지리가 제도 이게 돼야 세지 세미 남주 어제 제가 했어. 대 비자다 생제 성주 전화가 세미 남주 전화 다들 이제 지는 거잖아. 다다 자주도 죄도 있는 걸 자주 남주 라미 남주라면 저라도 제리 비자 통한 이사를 다 돈이 저기 정말 예제지 다 라면 저는 가라는 거 지고 지죠 다 들려 다 진짜 얘는 나오는 자지 자지.
Okay, so now let's move to the Tantra.
그리고 무엇을 했다 기준이 뭐냐
Now we'll go to the Tantrayana. Then regarding Tantrayana, we have 4 parts. 4 parts of Tantrayana, 4 different types of Tantrayana. The first one is Chatwari Tantra. Okay, Kriya Tantra. Kriya Tantra, or in English it says Action Tantra. Then number 2 is the Charya Tantra, the performance Tantra. Then third one is Yoga Tantra. Then fourth one is Anuttara Yoga Tantra. So these are 4 types of Tantras. Within Tantra, there are 4 great types. And within each category, within each type, again, there are so many things. Okay, let's skip that one. But the number 1, 2, 4. Then for the first 3, they have their own different paths there. But the number 4th one, there will be 2 main paths. The first one is the generating stage, and the second one is the completion stage. And so within each stage, again, there goes so deeper meanings there, many dimensions there, but we can follow the main outline. Completion, the stage of generation and the stage of completion.
수중만이 조금 도시라고 근데 제가 나서 죄도 제일 용하게 가서 차바 나도 제가 메다 죄도 제일 용하게 그러나 다른 거다 나장다 인이슈도 나 가셔라 따와 차바 나도 제일 내가 자주 이 거야 차바 나도 제도 죄죄 아니 다른 거 나장
Until you get
이게 그치, 다른 미지간에 들어가지고
밀고만
다시 다들 가만히 해지는데 다 좋아 먹었지. 그러나 빨리 주전자 먼저 지금 좋아 먹었지. 이거 저기
So Geshe-la says that we hope to have many questions about these things.
아니 나가 소식이지. 왜내 들어가래. 내가 어디 지에 아니 그 처마 저 팀에 아니 그렇게 불러야 시. 내 좋아 통통. 아니 지지가 나왔어.
Our modern Geshe-la says that I'm going to give everybody one chance, and that will be one question will be taken from each participant. If you have, that means one person can ask two questions, okay, three questions, and that question also should be very short, if possible. Yes, please.
Clear, very clear, and there's a coexistence in there. Okay, there's just any contradictory. It was well brought. Okay, therefore I appreciate for it. My question is, in Abhisamaya it is mentioning the disciples will, there are various ways to preach Dhamma. Please can I clarify about that? What are methods? Because in Theravada also we can find such a method. In Theravada also we can find such a method in Nittipakarana. It starts from it. Yes, sure.
Starts from?
No, in Theravada Nittipakarana, Lord Buddha mentioning I am preaching Asada, Adinava, Nisarga. And Lord Buddha preached Nisarga only for Vipaji. They can identify very fast, they can realize the Dhamma very fast. Just Lord Buddha, Nisarga means renunciation. Lord Buddha makes renunciation, disciple will realize the Dhamma. And there is another person, Vipaji, Lord Buddha has to preach Adinava and Nisarga. Okay, it means for some disciples, Lord Buddha had need to preach the negative side and the renunciation. Then the disciple will be able to realize the Dhamma. There is another disciple, Lord Buddha has to preach what is the enjoyment, the bad result of it, and the renunciation. When Lord Buddha had preached these three, disciples will be able to identify the Dhamma. There are some disciples, they are known as Padaparama, though Lord Buddha had preached these three, they will be unable to realize the Dhamma. Therefore, they have to practice further Dhamma. There is more methods to clarify what are the methods that are mentioned in Abhisamaya.
Please can you repeat once again, especially in English?
What is?
What are the methods you mentioned?
Yes. It means Lord Buddha preached enjoyment, bad effect, and renunciation. These three. For some disciples, Lord Buddha just preached renunciation. When Lord Buddha had preached renunciation, disciple will be able to realize the Dhamma. For some disciples, Lord Buddha had to teach bad results and the renunciation, both. When they had listened to the bad results and renunciation, they will be able to realize Dhamma. For some people, Lord Buddha had to preach the enjoyment and the bad result of it and the renunciation. Then some disciples will realize Dhamma. For some disciples, though Lord Buddha had preached enjoyment, bad effect, and the renunciation of it, they will be unable to realize Dhamma. It means for a certain period they have to follow the path, or they have to follow Dhamma. Then finally they will be able to realize the Dhamma. Therefore, there are some certain further methods that Lord Buddha had used to preach Dhamma. Just I need to clarify what are the methods that we can find in Abhisamyalankara, the methods that Lord Buddha used to preach Dhamma for his disciples.
Okay.
Thank you.
Tata Gishilagi. This one? Okay. Yes. Tata Gishilagi, the Sunjay to the Kaju Kaselvodoni, in a man, Taki Yuba, and he pointed out the Yava, Shibuya to Magician. And he Tata Kung to Radin and the only one the Shura. Should they be Tama without not to your Shura? You do Jenny to the negotiation, go to the Paris and only one the Shin somebody is in the Shira. Takong to the Paris and they might be to jail of the cheat in the town without car danger. Manzo Bopali, you know, set by now, so you cheat in our custom that is on the rest. The young Gashi got you some day and the chief found out the yours. Young Gashi you some months, you know, and also Jew got the echo on yours. The young Gashi you Jew and Deshi, that Deji no day Jew. Then they will not bring his home to Mazova Pani to the Yagi Dev to Mati Dev to Matsusa. Chezani, Donna Deji in Chiche, the Jebra, they give again, they give again. Kana will let a jeb at the vegetation water. Korma, Katula, the Lugis and glass, Abaji, and Kana will let a jeb at the no, the Devodeno, to mean you sugar they will be ridiculous. Many also you can't any mutual yours. Sugatena Tadu you the Bayu will be reached by yours. That is what you march in the town was in Kaji that is yours. Then condition is all the Mutu cheat in the town without Karkas yours. Tabitishu go cheating now carriers.
단다치당 당무도 제네 주된식 당한테 열으시는 말에 아야면서
시동 가려.
시동라고 들어와. 다치당 맞아 되네. 맞아. 그러나 맞아 돈이 대사 있다. 돈이 대사는 도와줘. 거기서 도와줘 되나? 되라. 제가 바대로 제가 맞아. 그 돈이 대사지 강사지는 군들을 어떻게 따가지 말에 맞아 먹고 소요로. 그냥 한 쇼지 대사 때에서 지에면 대만에 맞아 소마지 가다 가져오니나 장사 지옥 가만히 지니까 차만대샤라 노를 거서 차법 차만대야 되는 말로 걸로 차만대만 나와 가를 했었는데 노를 가면 차만대를 했어. 그걸 떼거를 가르스 그 차바도 나한테 많이 한다. 그 시에는 하여 했어. 대체는 털 기병을 선지 그 차바 쥐비고니까 지 상황 취해야지 털을 떼셔야 했어. 대만에 맞아 장교사한테 이제 단단 상처리나 맞아 도샤시나 이제 방장 마선분 소소기 도샤 소리 거는 거 아무 저도 지시요. 대양 맞아 주기는 당한 지로. 그러 주된 당한 지로. 대만에 난 맞아 이만 하도 강한 되는 뭐고 지금 선이 위치 뭐고 되는 이제 잠깐 당한 지 해. 단단데 다들 힘들어. 장난 안 되는 것이 맞아. 책이 시작 조리 제가 살았잖아. 아니 조 심아 뭐도 그러니까 저는 하이도 매일 뭐 드링도에 전달하 시작 조 맞아가지 천대기에 유연통도 못하면 대래 가서 조 심하게 보정을 해가지 대지스서마 아니 제 조심마 뭐도 하도 매일 공부해기 제도 더 얘기하기 대래 나중에 맞지 된 거예요. 대지 총이 나중에 봤어요. 다 대대기 그야 상사들 상가 다 조심마 뭐도 하도 매일 공부를 도와주는 이가 있나요? 대 돈이 사실 크인에 대한 거지. 대지도 상가 크인에 대한 아니 동의 사실 제가 마도지 사원들 대하면도 대대장 타비 공부도
되게 아니 답이 제일 긴기 나주지만 타바리가 돼야 되는 samata dami ke tawala so ta dite ni ane thabare ji ben je ni ba ki ni ane ta je ba chwa ta me kare bo de je che na de ba se ni rani ane khoa ne so bu de je ni thabi ko mo to ai ba ina ran chi che ta ye be ma ni ta ke ko da ma se je so ma ji an ta ye be ma ke se de thang che ane khri du ne na da ba yin je am do de je wa ne she ko do de je ne so de ko to ko de se 되게 안에 사주사가 상가치기 나오지 되게 나오지 제가 소리 했어.
So actually there are many methods. For example, what you mentioned is one type. That is especially for the very sharp-minded disciples, and then those for the dull-minded persons, then there's another way to preach the Dharma. That means, first of all, for those dull-minded disciples, we preach the Four Noble Truths first, and then followed by the Two Truths, then followed by other things, and that's another way. And then Geshe-la clarifies that when we go deeper in terms of very individual person, again there are other methods. For example, our Lord Buddha preached one person at Lord Buddha's time, that person without teaching, teaching the a certain lay disciple at that time maybe. So for that, Lord Buddha taught him that without removing the attachment towards the lay people's life, we have a method of entering into the path. So for some bodhisattvas, again, there are different ways of approaching towards the path. Not totally remove all those lay people's life, lay people's enjoyment and so on. So there are minor differences there of how to teach towards the different disciples. And then again, Geshe-la is from Geshe-la, and here Geshe-la is more about that. We already talked about three capacities of different disciples, that the small capacity, then medium capacity, then the great capacity within the disciples, their capacity they have. So for those small capacity people, then Lord Buddha teaches one type of teaching, that is those small capacity means those people who just wanted to liberate from the three lower realms. That is the small capacity, to liberate from the lower realms, three lower realms. So those people are called the small capacity people. Okay, so for that, our Buddha preached about reborn in higher realms, like reborn as how to reborn in human form, how to reborn in the Deva realm. Such methods are there. These methods of teaching, these teachings are coming under that category. Then for those who want to liberate from the samsara, again, we have many teachings from Lord Buddha, so that's again one type. Then those who want to liberate not oneself, but who want to liberate all the sentient beings. Again, there are many different types of paths are given by our Lord Buddha. So these are three different types of teachings. So,
근데 이거 저거는
내가 아니 주제서 와서 주제도 좀 뭐냐 대시 그 포도 민방 특히 집단 때문에 아 집에만 저 같은 거에서는
Thank you. Mas tagarora. Tagarora. Plus only tissue.
아 가르쳐서는 뭐야
네. 다 이제 때 로자까지 그래. 지금 다 찍어야 돼.
대체버리는
이게 일라죠. 라죠. So in Abhisamayalaka, in that text in chapter number 2, there is says, for whom and whom, and which, the verse says, which and which, for whom and whom, that wants which and which, those things are preached. So that is the verse, okay? That means whoever the disciples, they want whatever they can be taught by Lord Buddha. So that is the main point.
뭐 지금 인연스는 뭐 되고 지금 기도 대군 지리군 기도 대군 기도 대군이 기도를 하는 것이 기도시대 지리군이 기도를 지나는 직선 정한 거
Okay.
세세 중중 제일 좋아제. 다나 가서 공부를 전에 다나 최대한 거를 넘긴 근데 비슷한데 먼저 나는 시작전만 최대한 담보 가서 이렇게 신인 대해서다 안에 가서 그래 처음이다 봐다 안에 등만 내근데다 나도 내 성기도 내가 되냐마 안도 스트리는 좋아야 돼 안에 논면만 가서 그래 담보 처음으로 제단을 해야 안에 대바시네 감도도스 가서 순당데 안에 오픈 넘버는 안에 최대한 해서 넘긴다 도스 수행 남녀 군중이 수행데 도스 도스 안에 다 되가면 감도다 생기거든 나한테 테스 남녀 나한테 가르치는 감도데 람 로파레 캐버도 봐봐 안에 감도 세그레 람 로파세데 그 지루베 람데서다 가서 그래다 나서 람 친지로 마음에 성당에 내려야 친지로 태워지는 람 로파레 캐버도 봐봐 감도제 람 멤버레 캐버도 봐봐 안에 가서 그래 샘게스 남녀 향에 따당 그 고아친 것이 주요해서 너는 감도다 샘게는 나서 라는 당에서 나야 향에 자당데 안에 람 로파레 캐버도 봐봐 감도 안에 람 멤버레 캐버도 봐봐 샘게스 도스 안에 향에 지
So Geshe-la is something that I've already translated about that one. The first method of teaching is already what Geshe-la first explained, and then for the second, what Geshe-la says is told you in the curious session that for the dull people, one method is to teach the Four Noble Truths first, and then followed by Two Noble Truths, Two Truths, and so on. Then again, Geshe-la said that regarding the refuge or the sarana, so there is a saying among us that not only us, but among the Indian scholars too, in ancient time too. So it says that the refuge of the refuge to triple gems is is the demarcation which differentiates from the wrong path. That means the wrong path means non-Buddhist path. Okay, it differentiates from the wrong path. Then the Bodhicitta differentiates from the inferior path. That means inferior path here means the paths of the Sharavaka. Okay, not about traditions. We're talking about the spiritual path. The Sharavaka path is inferior than the Bodhisattva path. So the Bodhicitta differentiates from the inferior paths. The refuge differentiate from the wrong paths. Okay, that's the same. Yeah, you can say. Do wrong. Sorry. Okay, if you have anything, please ask informally, okay? Yes. Because he said only one, right?
โอเคนะครับก็โฟกัสนะครับติ๊กไทยอย่างดีแล้วทีนี้คำถามแรกถามเจเชนะครับว่าอยากรู้จริงๆครับอยากรู้จริงคือผมไม่รู้นะครับหมายความว่าวันนี้เป็นโอกาสที่ดีที่ท่านเจเชมาพูดเรื่องโพธิจิตแล้วก็การถึงไตรสรณะทีนี้เรื่องโพธิจิตมันเป็นเรื่องของความกรุณาซึ่งทางสายของมหายานก็เด่นมากๆเพราะฉะนั้นผมจะมาขอความรู้นะครับคือคำถามผมง่ายๆคือว่าในวัฒนธรรมของเถรวาทเราเนี่ยเวลาเราพูดเนี่ยมันก็จะมีเหตุใกล้และเหตุไกลคำว่าเหตุไกลหมายความว่าอย่างเช่นเราพูดถึงว่าเมตตาอย่างเงี้ยเมื่อเรามีเมตตามันก็จะปฏิเสธข้าศึกคือเหตุไกลก็คือความพยาบาทอย่างเงี้ยครับแต่ถ้าเกิดว่าเมตตาไม่ดีเนี่ยมันก็จะไปตกในราคะใช่ไหมครับมันจะทะเลาะใกล้ๆกันทีนี้พอมาพูดถึงความกรุณาอย่างเงี้ยในสายของเถรวาทบอกว่าถ้าเราใช้กรุณาเนี่ยไม่ถูกเนี่ยมันก็จะตกไปในสิ่งที่เรียกว่าโทมนัสก็คือความเศร้าโศกเสียใจมันจะเป็นภาวะใกล้กันเรื่องข่าวผมก็คือหมายถึงว่าเรื่องพวกนี้วัฒนธรรมของทิเบตหรือของวัชรยานมีหรือไม่นะครับทีนี้ผมอยากรู้จริงๆว่าเวลาที่คนบ่มโพธิจิตเนี่ยทำยังไงในการโพธิจิตหรือว่าตั้งโพธิจิตในขั้นแรกเนี่ยทำยังไงที่จะไม่ให้ตกไปในความเศร้าโศกเสียใจเคยเป็นกรุณาจริงๆแล้วนำไปสู่มหากรุณาแบบนี้ครับคือผมเข้าใจว่าต้องใช้ปัญญาแต่เป็นว่าต้องการเข้าใจมากกว่าคำตอบแค่ว่าใช้ปัญญาของวิธีการของมากครับ
Okay, so his question is in Bodhicitta is the karuna is the main quality, and so in Theravada tradition when we talk about any mental factors or qualities of the it usually comes with a close result and like a far-reaching result. And sometimes there's a right attitude towards that quality that leads to a positive result, and sometimes a slightly negative quality relationship to that quality that can lead to a negative result. For example, when you talk about metta is actually the antidote to anger or like hatefulness. But if metta is slightly related in a wrong way, it can turn into lust. Slightly different, then turns into lust. So it can be something of a hindrance coming from developing metta. So he's asking for, in terms of karuna, when you are developing the right karuna, it can lead to bodhicitta. But when you relate it to karuna slightly in a wrong way, it can lead to like a sense of sadness, in negative repetition of sadness, for example. So he's asking, are you viewing things in this way also? And how do you prepare your practice so that you don't get into the negative side of relating to these positive qualities, such as karuna and metta, for example? And the second part of the question is, when we talk about bodhicitta, do you have in your tradition like a technique to develop bodhicitta without falling into these results that can occur by relating to bodhicitta?
So one question with two parts. If two questions, you are out. So okay. Aku jawab dari saya. Sebenarnya sampai dengan ini selesai nanti, anda paling dulu di sini dah. Apa ni tu dulu cakap bayar, anda mesti sampai dah cakap bayar nanti. Sampai yang uji kau bayar tu, sampai ni dia dah ini dah tinggal orang sampai. New Jersey, the real Jersey is New York. And New Jersey, June the Tata Shamba is on the Jersey. And real Jersey, know the Chapping won't do any Jersey. They the go Shamba around the world there, the Chapel Pan Jail in Yakachi Jersey, and they didn't teach that they didn't need to interest. And they channel the Lula, the Shamiji to the community, and they go Shamba, the Chapping wall, Chapping June. David to continue yours, the Chashi of Bodhicitta. That really Chashi, but they should do the same, not the details of the community, the other thing was done. You know, you didn't know the material, and the much did you know the Mashi, the Shamba, the community, they call President, they 2% of the Chabi wall, and the town that the country is.
맞아, 되었다. 띵인데 뭐 내가 지마도 거봐. 다 대라는 거지. 자반 이제 되니로 왔다. 자반 맞아 차비 뭐 좋아하는 거 해줘. 통은 공무들. 그럼 자반 공사는 신진되다. 가로 자반 신의 상황 잘 그래. 주마만 자반 진짜 왔나? 차비 뭐 좋고 말아. 좋아. 난 나중에 연구소 해줘. 나중에 가면 연구소 가면 꼭 뭐 저시죠 나오죠. 대만 생명장성이 장바 진짜 왔나? 자기 뭐 좋은 말이다. 대만은 가서 가지고 장바 공사에 신진죠. 신진 통합 지 땅용 대원은 마시바 말 생애 정말 시간이나 자발제사 이제 나버리는 거 같아. 맞아 말을 자발제인데 빛에 지대는 유세가 뭐라. 그럼 정말 땅용 공을 왔다. 땅용제 미리 대원 신자한테 마시바 공부로 마시바 공부들 신자한테 수수기 많지. 저한테 막 문이 이거 공부고 다들 다른 저기 뭐 되는데 나중에 나도 잡아 공부하면 나중에 계산 대화로 나중에 나지 이제 나지 니제 선생님하고 지지 나 니지 선생님하고 나서 배다 파마도 보고 바로 싸워요. 잡아도 되지 줄에 감이 보고 싸워라고 당시 나는 그냥 소수기지 가산예산을 싸워라고 잡아야지. 잡이 뭐 지금 잡아서 나는 준비만 되는 잡아서 해야 돼. 내 추천 잡이 뭐 세게 말했어. 내 들어보세요. 가서 정말 내가 말씀드렸어. 동생 정말 맛이 공부들 진짜 맞아. 맛이 사원이나 내가 지금 잡아줘서 있고 아무리 까사 내 생각이 많아서는 또 잡이 뭐 주시고 되게 다가는 되는 거죠.
근데 뒤뒤지 세진지 제시하실 때도 아니 내 노벨하게 소한테 독하여 말이 제가 무슨 다른데 다른 주술이 생기죠. 걔는 남의 뜻을 정도를 저것도 해. 이제 다 저것도 저것도 지금 잘 모르겠어. 저것도 열. 다 뒤를 내가 가져야 돼서 주의 저것도 제가 자꾸 끊는 거 소소소소해. 차바세는 저기 취미이시지. 나도는 유지 요즘다. 아니 취미이시지. 나도는 때가 되고 그래. 그러면 현재도 샤바세도 주의 취미이시지. 나도 취미이시지. 맞다. 눈이 자신 맞지. 근데 그 사람 다운돼서 차바쳐서 이셔도 취미이시지. 또 가사. 맞다. 눈이 맞다. 남이 자신 맞서 다운 보내. 뒤에 이동이 나가지도 뒤에도 내가 저기 나가지 도와드리는 거 말이야. 차바 요새 저거 가는 거래. 이게 좀 저런 되는 저거에 나오는 의뢰에서 단단히 들지.
So Geshe-la says that when we are developing the first 3 or 4 steps, then the sevenfold cause and effect to generate bodhicitta. So okay, this is bodhicitta, right? So when coming, practicing the first 2, 3, all of them practiced, then having gained up to the metta, then that will not be going to the wrong results. That is what Geshe-la said. I summarized everything here going towards. Then Geshe-la adds that yes, that is true. We have also argument on that topic. And right now the debate is going on here, and with that logic too, such arguments are there mentioned in the text. And so for that, there is an answer. There is an answer which says, with the attachment with the attachment and the metta, real metta, there are two differences. The first is difference in their cause. Okay. The first difference in their causes. For the metta, the cause is right view. That means practicing thinking about Anita, Dukkha, and so on. Then only comes metta. So that is the cause for that metta. And then on the other hand, for the attachment, there is a cause which cause like this, a wrong view. That means okay, yes, a kind of related in reality, which is not related in reality. That means, for example, when I look at this monk, and my wrong mind sees this is exaggerating beautiful. So that mind is exaggerating about the reality of this monk. So such wrong intentions should be the cause for the attachments. So talk about the difference between metta and attachment, the cause is different. That is number one difference. You got about Jason. You got. So then the number two is the way how they grasp the object. So metta is grasping the object correctly, but the attachment is grasping the object incorrectly. So that is the second difference. 친구의 관계에 두 가지가 정확히는 아니 다른 기술으로 말 상반되는 차반으로 느끼게 있어요. 그 바로 네 주간 기억 바로 천재의 주관으로 나타내도 상반되는 차별공으로 느끼지요.
맞다. 네, 상반된 이제서요. 차도로 느끼지요. 성인제도 차도니거든 밑바닥 오는 거 제일 그는 당에 단다 노서도 가려면 단다 가는 계셔 단다 도우를 그냥 다 쏘지宣같이 가능한 데수가 단다티 통성에 대한 상바도 되는 것도 차바세야 되니까 그 노원이가 먼저 얘는 차 그거 그냥 상바세야 돼. 되니 때문에 받아서 상하고 마다 때문에 노아이니까 이번에는 나도 로리는 방진에만 배는 수용보제 같이 되게 나눠로 시행도 상바세야 돼 계획이 뭐지 잘해요. 상 이지세야 돼 계획으로 이지세야 돼 몇 번이나 비디 좀 전되겠어요. 상바세야 돼 몇 번이나 비디 대화 된들 찍도 대화 된들 찍도 좀 전되죠. 대체운이 뒷공원처럼 로 되는 차겠다. 그러면 차바세야 돼 로로시 차게. 뒤에는 먼저 로리 계시. 다 세종 남자 야버지 때가 있나. 다 샤마도 차바세야 돼. 그 주다 남바다 그놈이가 깜 쓰는 정수. 어떻게 되지 있어야지. 뒤치 쉬어야지. 근데 당연히 공이 지성성한테 공성한테 너 대부 개념은 직수성성. 제가 먼저 생제는 이해가 있나? 생리기 되는 차대의 생제 직지. 단 대상만이 같은데 세심한 문제상 공공을 되게 딜 파마도 문제를 공공상 되게 공사 뒤집이 좋은지. 단 대가 문제 공부 토가상 되는 것도 연주 마사네 배등한 용도 될 코반들 제목을 주소나 정말은 바데 심바지. 대는 가서로다
기본적인 자. 다 되는 다 랑링 타와 참만 막에 세계 탐지 선지 공부 토고 제국을 두세요. 근데 그 강사시 파생은 다 세계에는 디시는 만들기 지에서 다 되는 당보대 딱 추되니 말에 지금 정리성 강의 추수 소원의 나시로 있어요. 천리가 된다 체대 제발 추수 자원이 요요라. 다 세심한데 공공상 등이 추수해 상상 되지. 대체하는데 다 단계공에서 인정상 된 바다 들이 되지요 다시 시에서 근데 되게 시에 돼 상지고 강사 뒤승는 마샤니 그리고 세대기 장 주된지는 세대기 된다 승래 근데 지 심한물도 공본 되는 장이나 우리 집을 주문을 하는데 대사지 근데 대외 대체단 타반되는 이제 런닝 지구 다 타바톤의 말을 넘가이는 지분쟁이 다 대리 다 봐도 생제 탐지 것은 당대는 집이 친구스 다 띵아도 상직이 막 출송되나요 대리 뒤쪽 뒤 강화대 어느 컴퓨터에 조제 받는 아저씨야 상주 남들 송리 다 대시자 사는 것도 제일 친구 남들 친구 처음에 땅은 남주 가장 계지 중상 가장 받대다 가장 중바와 가장 남림바 가장 맨나바 송리 가장 남림바 세야 돼 남림랑 그 중심부를 지내면서 남림랑 무슨 뒤 상담 뒤 그래서 강가야 리트 치기를 하는 동부 공무진이 하고 이제 장대기 좀 가서 중국도면 금가 중국 로지지가 그 컨도파지가 하고 계시 장대기 준비 지는 거라고 좀 듣는 거 취해 되는 방법이 다른 때 얘기가 제시하고 어떻게 그런 하고 그러 어떻게 하냐 컨도스는데 근데 강사물과 송이 대라 취해 나온 대로 물어왔습니다 레이와 컨도파지 단계 구성을 드렸는데 인정상 때문에 농지 되게 몸부지 채워셔서 수도 단계 대단한데라 근데 세답이 나마 그들들 제대 상자 기내서 지금 멍 쳐서 다가는 게다 그들이
잠깐만 소개했는데요. 지금 어떤 가이드를 so maybe within 1 minute. Okay, in short, okay? Okay. In Abhidhamma Kosha and their commentaries in the chapter number 6, we have many differences between metta and attachment there. And differences are mentioned there in the commentary. One of the great Tibetan commentary there, if you want to see. And then already Geshe-la taught one or two on them, and many Geshe-las added more. And then our Khyalpa Chivagot added that, okay, metta should be always kusala. Metta should be always kusala or virtues. Attachment is always not kusala. We cannot say every attachment is akusala, but it's always not kusala. Okay, if it is not akusala always, but it's not always not kusala. That is the main point. Okay, then that's what Chivagot shared about that one. Then Chivagot again wants to share more related your question. Okay, the main topics already we have discussed about the capacity, different capacities of people, and Khyalpa shared that all the sentient beings in the whole universe can be divided into 4 parts. The 3 parts, the small capacity, medium, and great capacity. Those are the 3 who has an aspiration towards Dharma, to practice Dharma. Then another part is those who don't want to practice Dharma, including that there is a saying that anybody who is practicing the Dharma, the demarcation of Dharma practitioner is, met through the mindset of aspiring towards the life after, okay, towards the next life. That means anybody who wants to gain something in the next life, in this life. Ending in this life and do whatever you do, that is actually we don't want to be Dharma practice. Okay. The real Dharma practice starts only from the intention of getting some, results, starting benefit, starting from the next life itself. Only that time we consider the real Dharma activity. Okay. Whatever we do for the sake of this life only, whatever you do, good or bad, we cannot consider these to be a real Dharma practice. That is the main point, okay? Whoever intends to do something for this life alone is not a Dharma practitioner. And so that is the fourth part. And so within those four parts of people, all the sentiments in the universe can be included within those four parts. So that's what can be shared about your question.
Also, kita dari kota ane tanah bos coba aja mau kita ini tanah suci tuh mau kita pancam macam bahasa cari nanti nih tanah jadi kan ini. Tapi ane kisah itu sih kan. Jadi jadi kita kasih ane simcici, jauh simcici, ane dia ane bahasa lama lagi atau suci aja sama macam bel macam. Nanti nih kita kisah suci ya sih. Tapi tanah bos coba aja. Kodu kasa wa tidak langsung dengan saya sama ani tujuh sih karena sama itu dengan ini sama hati itu donai orang tua ini mesti sih relasi itu sama so kau yang ini orang tua ini sama tujuh sih ya saya untuk baca sih.
So during this presentation, Geshe-la presented many things about refuge, bodhicitta, and five paths, and so on. Your presentation is wonderful. Thank you very much for that one. And also thank you very much for all the questions raised by our participants, as well as all the answers that are given by Geshe-la's enthusiastic about. And then also I myself feel very pleased to see that all the participants are paying so much attention towards our discussion. And this is a great result for this exchange program. And thank you very much for all.